Welcome to Burning of the Midnight Lamp, where we are dissecting music history, album by album, track by track. And today's track is How Does the Grass Grow, the 11th track on David Bowie's album The Next Day from 2013. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to hear the other analysis we have on the other tracks on this album. And in addition to that, we have a podcast where we are discussing the full album at length. And we also have a Patreon channel where we have the whole podcast and all the songs where you can join us on listening to the album from start to finish. My name is Frode.
My name is Ron.
And my name is Chris.
And I guess we just get started on How Does the Grass Grow?
There's a graveyard by the station where the girl
How does the grass grow?
It grows very fine in my ears.
Blood, blood, blood.
Mud, mud, mud.
This is a war track, another war track on an album with many references to war.
And with a very happy music to contrast that.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was thinking that is quite an unusual thing to do, but then again, I remember a song called Enola Gay
Mhm.
by OMD, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, which is it's even more poppy than this, I would say. And sounds like it's not about the Hiroshima bomb, but it is. So
this song, yeah.
yeah, so a dark theme, but once again, poppy song, and I think this is way better than both Dancing Out in Space and even I'd Rather Be High, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, the curve is definitely on the rise again on the album. The album starts out great, a lot of good songs in the beginning of the track of the album, and then it sort of have for me or for us, I guess, a little bit low point in the middle, and then it sort of is on the rise again here. The song written by David Bowie, although he also credited Jerry Lorden, and he famously wrote Apache by The Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously clear when we hear it. It's the ya 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 section is basically lifted from that song, so that's only right, I guess.
I read about that part, and I had actually forgotten that. Although I remember the Apache song, but you can really hear it. I was more thinking about Ya Ya Scene, the David Bowie song, which of course also goes Ya Ya Scene.
Oh, on Lodger.
On Lodger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yassassin.
Oh, okay. It's Yassassin.
Yeah.
It's not Ya Yasin. It's
Oh,
Yassassin.
It's Yassassin.
Yeah.
Turkish for long live.
A lyrical mishap.
Yeah, I think there's many, musical signifiers that points to Bowie. When you hear this track, it sounds like a Bowie track. You could take out the vocals and you could still pinpoint. It could possibly be a Bowie track. I don't know if it's the guitar or can't exactly point out what it is, but it sounds very late career Bowie-ish, and I think that's maybe one of the things that after two not successful tracks or not very interesting tracks, then it's back again. I think that maybe gives this song some extra, makes us extra positive. Not sure if we would say the same if the sequence were different, if it were at the start of the album. So there's definitely something there in the way it pops back like a small comeback. But the guitar, I really like the guitar, the backwards sounding opening guitar, and then the first solo, which is just magnificent, and the second solo is more noisy, and in the end you get the backwards with various instruments on top.
I think actually I like the second solo slightly better. And it comes after a bridge that is the bridge is probably maybe the weak spot on this song for me. It is a little bit bland.
I can see what you mean. I was kind of thinking about Young Americans because it has a completely different feel to the rest of the song.
And then it breaks out into this short but great guitar solo, and then it goes back into the sort of the intro. No, it goes back into the chorus, of course. Yeah.
There's also an interesting thing that is done with the verse and the chorus is that it's the same three chords, but they are inverted. in the chorus as they are in the verse, which is a neat little trick to do.
I also think that that first section, the intro, it's very noticeable for me at the end of the song. It reminds me of things from the Berlin period, more of the happy songs, possibly something from Heroes, or maybe more likely something from Lodger.
Maybe it's the drumming.
No, it's the whole accompaniment, I would say. But it's it's a catchy song, and the way he sings the verses as well, very chanting, and the lines in the chorus is actually, and the title itself is actually inspired by a chant from Full Metal Jacket, the Stanley Kubrick movie. They also chant, "How does the grass grow?" Blood, blood, blood.
But of all the tracks, this is a track that would be interesting to hear as an instrumental. I would say to hear without the ya and the more or the verse. See how it sticks together.
So if we look at the lyrics, I mean, there's the first verse is very lyrically dense, a lot of text, a lot of words. There are certainly different things there that points towards the Balkan regions and the conflict on the Balkans in the 90s, or at least combined with the war and conflict theme of the song. That's at least the association I get. When you think about it, in 2013, maybe slightly odd topic, a little bit random topic maybe, but could it be one of these books maybe that Bowie was reading at the time, because as he was reading a lot of his history books and things like that.
That's a good question. I was also thinking about the movie director Emir Kusturica that does these. He's a Balkan filmmaker and uses a lot of the Balkan music in his films, and also describes the war in there, almost this type of absurd way of handling the topic.
There's also part of the lyric here, the lines, "There's a graveyard by the station where the girls wear nylon skirts and sandals from Hungary." Very specific, and it seems to be drawn from Svetlana Aliluyeva's memoirs, 20 Letters to a Friend. I haven't read those lines, but apparently she's saying something very similar.
Yeah, well, the lyrics then align with many other lyrics on the album, that they have very specific literary references. They have historical references, and at least with I'd Rather Be High, there's the theme of teenagers and war, youth being sent out to, in this case, water the grass with blood.
You're in the war here.
Yes. So it was on his mind, apparently.
And Bowie's own words to describe the song, these three words that he chose for this song in particular, was Balkan, burial, and reverse. Balkan and burial fits, of course, with the conflict theme, but I'm not sure where reverse comes in.
Is it about instrumentation going reverse?
Could be.
The guitar in the opening.
Or the reverse maybe also of the chords in the verse and the chorus? Who knows?
Interesting. Are there any reverses in the lyrics as well? Or is it like more that you want to reverse things and harsh reality that you can't that the past cannot be undone? Maybe.
Yeah. And this had Burial, and Dancing Out in Space had
Well,
Funeral.
Funeral.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, in the lyrics, there's lines that goes, "If the clocks could go backwards, the girls would fill with blood, and the grass would be green again." So the girls would not be dead, and that's going reverse to more innocent time, where the girls wear nylon skirts by the graveyard by the station before the war, or something bad happening.
Yeah. And there was, come to think of it as well, there was another artist releasing a couple of albums about war in around the same period, PJ Harvey.
Let England Shake.
Yeah. And the other one.
But
the one that came after.
Just remind me, she also used an olden golden song. He used Apache, but she used Summertime Blues, I think, in one of her anti-war songs.
Oh.
For some reason, maybe there's a connection, maybe there's not. Well, the verdict is this is a great track.
Yeah, I like this track.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Good David Bowie.
Not bad, Bowie.
Yeah, and if we don't have anything more to say about the song, I think we'll end it there. Remember to like and subscribe to hear the discussions on the last few tracks on this album, and also all the other analysis we will do later. And it's only for us to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Meet you in the next song.